All right, good Sunday afternoon, everybody. I'm Meteorologist Trevor Birchett. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and on ABC 24 Plus here with a severe weather update. Just had a tornado watch issued here just a couple of moments ago. It's coming up on 2:45 right now. That tornado watch, we'll show you that graphic here in just a little bit. But of course, we've been telling you for the last few days, we do have this severe weather potential for this evening and tonight. Our weather impact alert is going to go from now through 2 a.m. So this is going to be a late night into the overnight potential of severe storms. So make sure you have a way to get those weather alerts tonight while you're sleeping, because some of those storms could be rolling through as late as midnight or maybe even 1 in the morning. Here's that tornado watch right now. It includes Memphis and Shelby County, most of West Tennessee, and most of eastern Arkansas. This one goes until 11 p.m. This is the zone we're going to watch first. This is the area that those isolated storms could develop between now and 11 p.m. that will have a higher risk of tornadoes. Now, as these storms move south, there is still going to be a risk, even in these areas that are not in the tornado watch yet. But that's going to come a little later on. So I expect that watch to be extended for the rest of the area through the overnight hours a little bit later on. But this is the zone we're going to watch for the next few hours. That is the first area that storms are going to develop, and that's the first zone where they could be severe. So again, West Tennessee, northeastern Arkansas, Memphis, and Shelby County. We're going to watch you from now through 11 p.m. Now, for right now, there is nothing going on. Again, we're coming up on 2:45, 2:46 on this Sunday afternoon. There's no rain anywhere in the Mid-South. Some of us actually seeing a little bit of sunshine right now, which is not good. That just adds more energy for the storms to tap into a little bit later. I do want to show you, though, back off to the north and the west. We've already got storms developing in northern Arkansas and then southeastern Missouri, just to the east of Springfield there. I expect more storms to develop right along that boundary, that line of storms that you see already developing. And that's the line that's going to kind of roll toward Memphis and roll toward the Mid-South. So I know we are quiet right now, but these storms are not that far away. This first storm is about 140 miles away from northeastern Arkansas. So I would say within the next 2 to 3 hours, we're going to be talking about that threat of severe storms beginning in northeast Arkansas and western Tennessee. And again, that's going to spread throughout the rest of the Mid-South in the overnight hours. Plenty of storm energy to work with. This is the ingredients that the storms need to get going. There is no shortage of it for Memphis and all the Mid-South. We've got plenty of storm energy out there. What we're going to watch for is where the tornado energy sets up. There's no doubt that we're going to have storms tonight. We're going to watch what zones are most favorable for tornado development. And for right now, it's that zone that's in the watch, northeastern Arkansas and northwest Tennessee. That zone north of Interstate 40 and north of Memphis has the highest potential for tornadoes this evening and tonight. Now, not to say we won't have a couple of tornadoes in northeast Mississippi, northwest Mississippi, but I do think the highest risk for tornadoes today is in northeast Arkansas and northwest Tennessee. That will not happen in every storm. Not every storm today is going to produce a tornado. So these are going to be very spotty tornadoes. A couple of storms could produce them, but every storm just about will have that potential to produce hail and high wind gusts. So those are mainly going to be the threats that we are concerned about today. Right now, a level 3 out of 5, a medium severe weather risk in place for Memphis and for all of the Mid-South. What does that look like? Well, like I said, it doesn't mean that every single storm will be severe tonight. Some of you will just see a regular old garden variety thunderstorm that doesn't do much, but there is the potential for some storms to tap into that energy that we talked about, tap into those tornado ingredients, the high winds up in the atmosphere, and we could see some of these storm threats in some thunderstorms. Again, this is not going to happen in every single neighborhood, but some of the strongest storms that develop could produce high wind gusts and hail, and then also a few tornadoes, not out of the question in the strongest of thunderstorms. So here's the latest hour by hour. Again, right now, things are quiet. The models are picking up on those thunderstorms back in Arkansas well. And this is what it does with them. By 6 p.m., they're coming into our neck of the woods. Look at those strong line of thunderstorms, several isolated storms here that have those kind of hooks on the back of them. And that's what we're going to watch for the tornado potential. So it's going to start in northeast Arkansas by 6 or 7 p.m. with a threat of high wind gusts, hail, and tornadoes. And then that line crosses the river into western Tennessee by 7 or 8 p.m. We could have a very strong storm approaching Memphis by about 7 o'clock, Dyersburg, you're in the same boat around that time. And then that batch of storms continues off to the east by 8 or 9 o'clock. Notice so far, not much has happened in northern Mississippi by 8 p.m. That's why the tornado watch is not out for them yet. The areas that are going to be impacted first, northeastern Arkansas and western Tennessee. And that is why those zones are in the tornado watch first. Now, later tonight, that's when the storm's going to start to move into North Mississippi. There's one near Marianna, Arkansas by about 9 or 10 o'clock, and we will see spotty storms continue into the overnight hours. I do think it's that first round that we have to be most concerned about. I'm really going to be watching the time frame from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is the zone where we have the best ingredients for severe weather. But the ingredients don't completely go away overnight. Any storm that can develop in the overnight hours still could be severe. By midnight, we're still dealing with thunderstorms in northern Mississippi. This finally starts to end by about 2 in the morning, and then it will wrap up. We will be dry as we wake up early on Monday. We'll actually enjoy some sunshine through the day tomorrow. So what can you do to plan for storms? Well, first of all, we want you to be prepared. Don't be scared. As long as you know what's happening, you know what's coming, and you know what to do, you don't have to be worried about it. I know it's that time of year that a lot of folks get a little worked up. They get a little anxious when these storms happen. But as long as you're paying attention and you know where your safe place is, you're going to be okay. The most important thing with this batch of storms is to make sure you have a way to get weather alerts. A lot of these storms are going to be coming in while most of us are sleeping. 9, 10, 11 p.m. So make sure you have a way to get a weather alert that will wake you up. A cell phone, make sure you have the sound on your cell phone though, and make sure you have those alerts turned on in your settings. A weather radio is even better. Do not rely on tornado sirens to wake you up. That's not what they're designed for. They're designed to be heard outside. The odds of them waking you up, unless you live literally next door to one, are pretty slim. So you need to have something in your house tonight that will make noise just in case one of those storms heads your way. Again, these storms won't hit every single neighborhood. I just want you to be prepared in case they do. Now is also a great time to phone a friend, as we like to say. Text them, call them, make sure they've been paying attention. It's been the weekend. Not everybody watches the news or the weather on the weekends. Make sure they know we have this threat tonight so they can be prepared too. Make sure you know what your safe place is. In case you get an alert, you got to know what to do. And then, of course, plan for power outages. Just a reminder of your tornado safe place. Go ahead and think about that now. Practice it with your family. Make sure even the kids know what to do if a tornado is approaching. The most important thing is to be in the center of your house. Bathroom, closet, something on the interior of your home. You want to stay away from windows. So any room on the outside of your house, that's not a good option. If there's a tornado warning, you've got to seek shelter in the middle of your house on the lowest floor, a basement if you've got one. Most people don't. But that center room, bathroom or closet is great. And then, of course, cover your head with something. If you've got helmets for the kids, that's great. If you've got a mattress, a pillow, something, you can cover them up. Just in case that warning is issued, make sure you and your family know that plan just to be safe. Well, if you didn't know, it is coming up on April, and that means it's that time of year in Memphis. So we have another severe weather threat I want to talk about really quickly. I want to give you a heads up to this one because honestly, I'm a little more concerned about this one. This is going to be on Wednesday. We already have a severe weather threat in place for Memphis and all of the Mid-South. Severe weather likely on Wednesday, mainly in the afternoon and evening hours. We have that potential for another round of severe weather. And again, to me, this round on Wednesday looks a little more serious. Not to discount what's happening tonight. We definitely have a severe weather threat tonight. Some storms could really pack a punch. But I'm a little bit more concerned about Wednesday, and that's something we're going to have to watch very carefully over the next few days. What's going to happen on Wednesday, we get a front that approaches. It brings in some pretty nasty thunderstorms. Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, 8 p.m., the strongest storms coming in. So Wednesday, we have to watch for the threat of severe weather. But then what happens is this cold front is going to get stuck over Memphis for several days, and it is going to bring in round after round after round after round of rain. So Wednesday looks rainy. Thursday looks rainy. Friday looks rainy. And Saturday looks rainy. We're going to be dealing with 4 straight days of rain and thunderstorms. Some could be severe, especially on Wednesday. But I'm really concerned about a flooding threat this week. Look at these rainfall totals for the next 7 days, up to a foot of rain possible in parts of the Mid-South. And again, that's mainly going to come from the storm systems Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we're going to keep a very close eye on that. Of course, our biggest concern is this evening and tonight. We have a weather impact alert for today and tonight for that severe weather threat. Monday and Tuesday look great. Enjoy that, because then we have changes. Another weather impact alert for Wednesday. The threat of severe storms. I'm growing increasingly concerned about Wednesday. More and more ingredients are lining up for a potentially serious severe weather situation on Wednesday. We're going to watch that very carefully. But then after that, the storms do not end. Storms will continue Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some of those could be strong to severe as well. But as far as severe weather, I'm mostly concerned about Wednesday. After that, it becomes a flooding threat. We could have several inches, 10 or 12 inches of rain in some spots from Wednesday through Saturday before this finally clears out with cloudy skies on Sunday and dry weather and a high temperature near 60 degrees. Tonight, though, again, that's what we're most concerned about, the threat of severe storms. So we want you to be an ABC 24 weather watcher if you'd like to do that. If something's happening in your neighborhood, let us know. What we don't want you to do is be a storm chaser. We want you to do this after the storm passes. If you go out and you see a tree down, we'd love a photo, we'd love a report of it so we can pass it along to the National Weather Service. Search ABC 24 Weather Watchers on Facebook. You can send photos, videos, and reports there. You can also stay ahead of the storm with the ABC 24 app. Search ABC 24 in your app store or in Google Play, and wherever you stream, we are streaming too. Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku TV. If you have friends that don't have cable, don't have satellite anymore, and they still want weather information, tell them to search ABC 24 on their smart TV. Wherever you stream, we are streaming. But again, the reason we're with you tonight and the reason we're keeping an eye on this is because we do have a weather impact alert for this evening and tonight. A tornado watch right now for Memphis and the northern half of the Mid-South until 11 p.m. So from now through 11, that's the zone we're going to watch. And then that severe weather threat will shift more to the south overnight while you're sleeping and will be a concern for North Mississippi a little later on. We're going to be with you all through the night. I'm here now. Meteorologist Kit Thomas is on the way in. We're going to tag team this severe weather coverage through this evening. As soon as a threatening storm approaches, wherever you're watching now, we're going to be back on and on television. If a bad enough storm is coming in, we're going to hop on TV. But wherever you're streaming us right now, if storms start to approach, check in with us because we will be streaming again. Our newscast starts at about 5 p.m. If storms haven't turned bad then, we'll have another update of the forecast by then at 5 o'clock. But if things turn south before that, we'll be right back here as soon as possible to let you know. For right now, I'm meteorologist